Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News. I'm here at the UN Global Warming Conference in Madrid, Spain, and I'm here this year not alone. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Keean Bexte. We are here to cover all the sights, sounds, and smells, depending how close we get to some of the protesters, that you won't see covered in the mainstream media, who are being carefully managed inside the conference.
Yes, we're not allowed in. And the other thing we're going to cover is the hypocrisy of this conference. Folks have flown in from Sudan from South America, from Canada as well. They've flown in from around the world to talk about how they're going to get off carbon, I guess it is. It's funny because there's helicopters flying overhead. There's plastic Pikachu masks being handed out to kids here. It is a festival. If I'd call it anything, and this is my first climate change conference here ever, I'd call it a festival.
You're in for a real treat. Actually, we're filming right beside the lineup of idling taxis. It
smells like diesel.
It does smell a little bit like diesel. I can hear diesel. And these are the taxis that are ferrying the bureaucrats and elites who are telling you to drive less and live smaller to this conference where they can control your life.
Now, at this conference, there's bureaucrats from around the world, there's politicians from around the world, but there's also high-profile activists. You might remember Greta Thunberg and my unauthorized interview of her. It was the only one in the world. It was the only time Greta Thunberg ever had to answer questions that were not scripted to her from the media party. Check this out.
You understand that climate change is a pivotal policy, is a ballot box question in this election.
Right now, so
this is a ballot box question in this election, and you're rallying, you're engaging in our political discourse as a foreigner. Climate change is politics, is it not?
Science.
And so is science going to solve it? Would you like a technical solution to climate change, or would you like politicians to solve it?
I'd really appreciate it if you stop talking to us right now. We have a meeting, and this is
so you're engaging in political discourse in a foreign country as a foreigner.
So we're gonna hope to recreate some of that and ask a few more questions and maybe get a few more answers without her handlers and her BBC crew threatening to call the police. There's police everywhere here, by the way. I'm not sure what they're worried about, but there's, these...
They're worried about us. We tried to get in here and we didn't have accreditation and they turned us away. It's
already. It took about 5 minutes. We landed about 2 hours ago, got here 5 minutes later. They wouldn't let us in. So we're off to a good start. You can follow us and everything that we're doing. What's the website, Sheila?
rebelun.com. There you can see all of our work. You can also pitch in to cover the cost to send us here. We did it on the cheap. I had some inconvenient flights to get here, and we are staying in an Airbnb. So we're working on the cheap. We're working from our cell phones, but it's still an expensive trip to come all the way to Spain to cover these things and to make sure that you at home get the other side of the news.
Yeah, I think it'll be worth every penny because, frankly, there's hundreds, if not thousands of journalists in that building right behind us, and not a single one of them is going to be looking at this story from a lens critical of the climate change narrative. Actually, as we were walking in here, we're not even supposed to call it climate change anymore. It's the climate emergency.
Yeah.
Climate change is too...
It's not scary enough.
To them. So they said we're not allowed to use climate change. We have to call it a climate emergency. There's a whole long laundry list of stuff we're going to cover while we're here. So be sure to go to rebelun.com to check it all out. Pitch in a few bucks to help us out if you could. That would be much appreciated.
For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid with my friend Keean Bexte in Madrid.
Thank you so much for watching our coverage here. This is the first video we've put out here today on the ground in Madrid. There's going to be many more like it at rebelun.com. Go there, check it out, and you can follow me at The Real Keean on Twitter for live updates as things happen, as we get kicked out of places and fun things happen. Greta Thunberg interviews, all this fun stuff that we're going to try and get done. Follow me there at The Real Keean on Twitter, and Sheila Gunn Reid is, I think it's just
Sheila Gunn Reid. You can follow me there. I'll be sharing pictures and videos along the way.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.